All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's November 1st. I don't know why I wanted to say 7 so bad. November 1st, and it's a Tuesday. So happy November, guys. Now, usually I'm in a trade or about to start trading when I start streaming and start going live. Today, 45 minutes, nothing happened. So I just figured I'm going to start streaming, and I just want to talk about a few things here, which is exactly what Julius, or Jules, not Julius, Jules Chinut, or Chenut. I'm not sure which one it is. Is it Chinut or Chenut? Probably Chenut. Let me know, first or second, Jules. But he was trading Sofi pre-market from 590 to 610. Pretty solid action, actually. And the volume was pretty decent on this ticker. For the fact that it's a large cap and it's a $6 stock. Had a nice little pullback there and a little bit of consolidation. 5-minute, decent little setup, flat top breakout at roughly 6. Definitely some trading opportunities on this one. And, the reason I like this a lot is because yesterday, let's go to the SPY. We had a little bit of a boom, 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 kind of indecision day, but we overall held our highs pretty good. But some of these large caps we saw, like let's say Meta, for example, let's go to the 4-hour. Just absolutely fell off a cliff and it continued its downwards trend. We also have the swing trade I was on, Coin, which had this really nice 25+% run, pulled back. I was looking for continuation. It failed. And then my goal was to close on a retest of this former support zone or resistance zone at around 7.5. Unfortunately, I just missed my exit. I had my sell limit order literally at like 62 or 63. I was trading another ticker at the time. I came back and the price was starting to fade. And I was like, you know what? This is capitulation time. So I actually ended up stopping out of this one. Still was able to walk away with a decent profit on this trade. Let me just quickly show you guys, like 6.3 or something thousand, $6.4 thousand profit, this trade here. So let me just go, nope, I clicked on the wrong one. So not bad. Obviously I was up around 4,000, but I'm not so much complaining about the resolution of this trade. I think it was actually overall really good and I got exactly what I want. I'm pretty happy about it. My point here is to discuss the fact that large caps are having another really good opportunity to buy the dip, more or less, and that's what I'm excited about. And let me just make sure all my settings are working here. So volume is good. All right, so many times where, especially in the past, like remember when we used to stream for the last 2 years, I would start streaming and I realized like halfway through there was no volume or something. So always got to check that. Anyway, good to see you guys again in the Discord and YouTube. Kevin, Jules, Jesse. Now, back to what I was saying here. So we had that retest here, failed, pulling back, maybe a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Maybe we're going to get another sell-off, but I do think we're going to see some big support coming in around this zone. I'm not sure how much more we're going to sell off. Maybe we are going to keep dipping here and have like a new low. But that wouldn't even necessarily bother me too much. I probably would just stop out and then re-enter again. But I think right now we're coming towards a really good buy opportunity on a lot of these trades. I was actually looking to buy, let's say, Coin yesterday, but I thought we were going to get a break of 66. So I was waiting right below 66 in the 65 zone to buy it. I was hoping maybe it dipped down to like 65.50, 65.60 or something like that, but we didn't see it. So now we're seeing basically similar moves on a lot of these other tickers where they're just so depreciated and we have really solid bottoms coming in. For example, on Sofi, we have this really strong bottom around 4.8, $5 zone, 4.8 to 5.50. And we were stuck in this descending channel for months. Like half a year, and now we're really, and it's pretty clear now we found somewhat of a bottom. Like in the past when we were in this channel, it was just always making new lows, but now for pretty much since May, we've been really not going any lower than $5. Anytime we're below $5, it's a buy opportunity. That's basically the situation. So now this ticker, for example, is popping up higher here, seeing some new resistance. Nice little breakout after earnings, which were at 6 a.m. So they had an estimated of negative 10 cents. Their actual was only negative 0.09, so they're up on earnings. So that's a really good play. So any sort of pullbacks on these, I think, could be good moves. Right now, MACD is selling off a little bit more strong here, so I would be a little bit nervous on jumping in just right now. I would want to see this flatlining first. 5-minute pullback is a little bit extended in terms of, it didn't reverse and continue, so I'm not super excited about SOFI on the intraday right now, but overall, I think we're going to get good little bounces coming up. Now, oftentimes these large caps are a little tricky to time, but I do think that it's overall a pretty good buying opportunity. What else we got? AAPL. Let's look at this one. AAPL is a funny situation because this one recently came out with earnings, and let me just go to the 4 hours so we can see it a little bit better. They had a quick sell-off, but then they rebounded. This is one of those few tickers that overall has maintained very, very well in the bear market. So I'm not sure if I see such a good opportunity on Apple. See Meta. Meta is one of those tickers that I think is going to be an absolutely really good dead cat bounce buy. I'm still waiting for a dip below 80, ideally around 75. That's where I want to get aggressive on this ticker. So I'm not getting too interested in trading this one yet. Hey, Tarpon. Or Tarpon. I don't know why I read it like that. I think it's Tarpon. At least that's how I would assume. So, and the reason I think 75 could be a really nice zone is if we go way back into a weekly chart and then we zoom in or scroll all the way back here, you'll see that 80 was a really significant support zone. So if we get a crack of 80, but we're not able to sustain that crack and buyers are really coming in, I think we're going to bounce right back above 80. So this is potentially an amazing dead cat bounce zone. So anywhere between $80 and $70. So that's why I'm just saying in general, $75 could be insanely good dead cat bounce territory, especially after a ticker like Meta, has a insane sell-off of like 80%. Right now we're down like, I don't know, like 77 or so, but yeah, another 3% sell-off here from this overall decline is going to give us some really good buying opportunities. So I'm pretty bullish across the board. We also have BYND, which the company I'm not the biggest fan of myself, but I gotta say, another amazing buy opportunity, I think. Also, what I want to bring up on BYND is check this out. Finviz, BYND. Look at this short float of 41%. Holy macaroons. If we go to news and we go to highshortinterest.com, look at this. BYND, one of the highest short interest stocks, even above Bed Bath & Beyond. So right now we're having a little bit of a bottom bounce on BYND. I'm not going to lie. I think this thing is going to be all over Wall Street Bets at one point. I could be totally wrong, but I think BYND is without a question something that we should be thinking about to go long on. I know I sure will be thinking about going long on BYND. Let's map out this really critical zone right around $20. So, and then the next critical zone probably closer to around 35 or so, with maybe some intermediate area around 30. Which makes sense as it's a psychological big zone. Anyway, we're trying to crawl up to this area, and so far we're doing a really good job at running towards that zone. So again, I'm kind of bullish here on BYND. And again, this short ratio of 6.8, that basically means how many days would it take to cover with the current volume we're seeing for all the shorts. So it would take 7 days with the current volume for the shorts to cover. How crazy is that? So I'm thinking, yeah, Tarpon, I know. my brother and I go after tarpon all the time. I grew up in Florida, and we just always walk to the beach and go tarpon fishing. So, uh, I again, I don't know why I read tarpon. Very weird. So getting back to it, I think BYND is going to be a really good one to trade. Now, there is no real good insider buying going on, so that's again a little bit of a red flag. So in terms like blindly holding this one overnight, I wouldn't be super excited about, but I would be looking for bullish signs, bull flags, floors, and big support zones to be buying. And I think anything around, let's see, around $11 to $15 is probably a really good buy zone. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for BYND, and just kind of mark this general zone right here as a nice fat daddy buy territory. We also have UBX popping up, but a lot of resistance on this one right above. I'm not sure. I'm not crazy about the volume either. We got Sharky and Tarpon. Yo, every time you catch a tarpon, you got to be worried about those sharks coming in. You guys ever go to the tarpon place in Key? Which key is it? I'm not totally sure. It's like Tavernier or something like that. I'm not sure, but where you can go tarpon feeding. Is it Tavernier? It's really everywhere in the Keys, honestly. Tarpon in the Keys. I just feel like it's Tavernier. Is it Robbie's Marina? I think it is. Yeah, this place. Yeah, that's exactly it. Look at these fat daddies. I was hoping to catch one of my guy, but screw that, sharks. Yeah, they sure like those tarpon. Tarpon are weird fish. They're like giant mullet. I never really understood them. Ugh. I'm about to pull up the news here in a second because it's going so slow. I'll have it loading for now quickly. Talking about fish, I actually have some fish in the oven quickly. I'm going to take it out, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It took me a little bit longer than I expected because I was a bad boy. Let me tell you. I made another espresso. Which I usually don't do at this time of day, but I had a really big lunch and I almost fell asleep in the kitchen. So I think it was important, very important. Also, we've been having some awesome growth in the Discord lately, so I'm really happy to see that. If you guys ever have any feedback or anything you'd like to see in the community, maybe something that would make it even more fun to like get your friends involved or something like that, I'm all ears. I'm always ears, so ready to listen. Look at this weird flash pullback on SPY. Totally recovered right afterwards. They're good for your health, right? Are we talking about the coffee? I think to an extent, maybe. I don't know. If it feels good, or if it doesn't feel bad, then I think that's the important part. Jay Vore says, nothing good today. Yeah, man, it's fucking real slow right now. Real slow. But like we were talking about before, it really seems like the large caps are going to be the ones, you know, giving us the money shots. So that's what, like I said, I'll probably be looking for. And if you want the full analysis on that, just quickly rewind this like 15 minutes or so. Sofi crawling up again. This could actually be tradable here. Wow, that's a nice volume. Still has a high, though. We're a little bit in a ranging setup, which makes me kind of uncomfortable to trade this one. Found support at 21. Let's see how well this holds. Omar's calling out Uber. Interesting. Uber is definitely an interesting candidate as well. Came out with earnings. They're popping higher. Man, today's a large cap day, guys, without a question. I really don't know if we're going to be trading small caps. Maybe there's going to be that, you know, small cap that pops up and starts ripping and gets everyone's attention. But for now, it's a small cap or a large cap day, without a question. I mean, this is heavy. I'm not crazy about trading these large caps pre-market. I don't even know if I will do so. It's just really out of my trading zone, but we'll see. If there's a really good setup, I'll go for it. Right now, Sofi is still stuck in a bit of a range, so now it just had a breakout. There's a new high of day, so 2% move on that, not bad. Go Explorers wondering what large cap I'm going to target at the open. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll probably look at several. Obviously, Sofi and Uber have earnings, good earnings today. I'll obviously be looking at coin like always. If we have a morning panic on coin, I'd probably accumulate it. But since it's not like my go-to strategy, I'll probably just kind of try to stay with the bird's eye view and see what makes sense and then kind of go from there. I think Sofi, if we get a slight break at the 9 EMA, I would probably consider jumping on it. I'm just going to keep watching it here. We're crawling back the former 5-minute candle. Ooh, pops right up again. Watching 25 quickly here. This could be a good zone for possible entry if 25 cracks, but the selling momentum doesn't necessarily increase. I'm watching 625, looking for that small crack. So far it held. Still holding pretty good. But we're testing this zone quite hard, where I wouldn't necessarily want to be front running the 9 EMA right now. Not to mention we've already had a bounce off the 9 EMA, but it was weak, so now we're pretty much retesting it, so it's a little bit hairy. Actually ended up holding. Not bad. Not bad at all. It would really be both, honestly. Like this was a good setup here. I mean, 5-minute was breaking higher. We had a nice micro pullback, good little 2% bounce. I mean, you could definitely be scalp trading this one for sure. And sometimes I do that. With AMD, I had some nice scalp trades on that one last week. I do tend to like trading large caps, more of a swing trade kind of style. But I always try to play it by ear, whatever makes the most sense. Let's see what else is going on really fast here. Morning brew, spooky season. The midterms are 1 week from today. But oh, the midterm elections. I was like, what midterms? For some reason I was thinking about college. Black Panther, the World Cup begins on the 20th. Really? The World Cup begins on the 20th? Oh, that's kind of exciting. 60 Mountain, so random. So yeah, bit of a sell-off across the board. NASDAQ below 11,000, S&P around 3.8 thousand, and the Dow at 32, almost 33,000. So that's not too bad. I mean, every time the Dow is back over 30,000, I almost feel kind of bullish. Overall, Bitcoin kind of consolidation around 20,000. I'm not sure why GameStop is up here. Let's see. Stocks dipped a bit yesterday as investors waited for the Fed's likely move to increase interest rates. The Dow closed out its best month since 1976. Really, that's crazy. Meme stocks are also gaining momentum as GameStop shares were briefly halted after spiking early in the day. That's why the price dropped back down later as usual. No one can quite explain the jumpiness. Yeah, fair enough. Let me refresh here. New York City companies are required now with 4 more employees to disclose a specific pay range in every job posting. Well, pay range, I guess that's fine. 4 more employees, it's like nothing. $4 million private sector employees. I wonder how they're going to control that. Who does the regulation behind it? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but every time I see a suburb like this in America, it just gives me the shivers. All right. Biden threatens oil companies with higher taxes. Seems a bit absurd, but I'm surprised they didn't say more about what the attacker was, the motivation behind it. But yeah, that's pretty horrible. Imagine someone breaking into your house. I feel like I would lose my mind. I definitely would feel pretty entitled to defend myself at all costs. That's for sure. That's not okay. Turns out everyone was rooting for the anti-hero. Taylor Swift became the first artist in history to occupy all 10 spots on the Billboard 100 song chart. Wow. That's crazy. Blue checks. $20 a month to retain their verified badge. Well, it's not too much money. I feel like everyone who has a verified badge, $20 a month is not exactly an issue. Yeah, I mean that's a valid point. I heard about that. Mygo's Takeoff, I guess is the rapper's name. I personally don't know him myself, but I think there was a shooting in Houston. We'll probably read about that in a second. JSPECC JSPEC. I don't know how to say that username. JSPEC is asking if I have any trades yet. No, actually, for the first time pretty much ever, I started streaming without having any trades. So I'm just kind of watching large caps and so on and so forth, but no trades for me yet. One thing I do want to check out here is at, let's see, 10 o'clock. We'll have a little bit of an update, 10 a.m. jobs openings, but nothing really too interesting. I think Friday, the unemployment rate comes out, so that's going to be a big one at 8:30. Fed press conference tomorrow at 2:30. The Fed interest rate decision at 2 p.m. That's going to be pretty big, but we're not going to be trading at that point. JSP says it's no trade November. Oh no, don't say that. I freaking hope it's not. Oh, that'd be horrible. Sofi is making steady gains, though. You got to give it to it. SPY is still crawling up. Jesse, I just read that. Yeah, I go pretty hard on the keyboard sometimes. Although I think it's not the keyboard, it's really the mouse. And I've tried many different mouses. What's plural for an electronic mouse? I know you guys are talking about UBX. But man, oh man, I don't know if I can get behind UBX right now. It's definitely a little bit struggling here. It does have that pop over VWAP, but technically it's a 5-minute breakout, so I shouldn't be so pessimistic about this ticker. Let's quickly look at it on the 4-hour, and there is a recent reverse split, so my lines no more make any sense on this ticker. So let me go ahead and delete these lines and throw up some other new lines. So support there, 320, some resistance, 410 or so, big resistance. Right now we are approaching this zone, and I would probably argue that somewhere around here, 365 or so, some more resistance. I don't want to overcrowd my charts, but look at this bounce and a retest, so that's really key. 180 SMA coming in there as well. Good pop. We'll see. It's usually always good to look from the day before. So for example, on the 31st, we had, let's just go to these tickers, FWBI really fast. This one is pretty much dead. So look how this one just did not hold any of that momentum. LLAP from yesterday, similar situation, also totally died off, did not hold any momentum. ENSP or ENSC, sorry about that. This was already like a dead cat bounce from a dead ticker to begin with. EFSH. So just kind of the moral of the story is we don't get a lot of continuation. We don't get a lot of tickers that hold their highs. EFSH, similar situation, just totally died off. And EFSH was really the one that gave us the most opportunities, although it had this giant flush pretty early on at 950. So tough trading out there lately, without a question. Yesterday's tickers were really, really tricky. And October in general was just probably one of the more tricky months that we've had. So we'll see here if UBX holds or not. Trying to hold here. 48, crawling down, big support on the 9 EMA. Oh no, don't have this one out. Let's long at 38. Oh, I still got it just in time. Let's see if we can get that bounce off of 38 and a move back above 50s. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, that was close. Come on, chip, 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 chip. No, didn't get it. Stopping out. I want quick moves. I don't want to kind of hang on to these puppies. Oh, it's coming back though. 50, 52. Let's see it. Oh, it's struggling. I would have closed. I would have already closed. I'm not crazy about these kind of ranging moves, but hey, it's a 5-minute breakout, but we're still not above 55. That's really when this ticker is going to be looking a little bit more interesting. I would probably trade it in anticipation as opposed to the actual breakout itself, primarily because of the market we're in. $8.38, and we still don't really have any opportunities. A little depressing, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so BYND, guys, like I said in the beginning of this stream, this one has a high short interest. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on, and it's made a clear support zone already. So anything below, I think it was 15 on this one, I think is a buy for me. Possible swing trade. Paper shortages. Why do we even vote via paper? It seems so prehistoric. There's UBX with that breakout at 355. This one's going to looking a lot more interesting right now. You got to be quick on these breakouts. 60 getting chipped. Nice move there. Really nice. Like I said before, I don't want to trade the breakout on this one. I would have traded the anticipation at best, but it's just not the market for me to be chasing in this area, especially a ticker that's just proven to not really hold any of its highs. Possible move over 67 though. Let's see it. New 5-minute candle. Working on it. It's up 26% on the day. Usually I'm not so interested in trading tickers that are only up 26%. I want to see something over 30% really. Ideally 40%. The paper shortage. We were talking about this diversity yesterday. UBX breaking over 37. Look at this one crawling higher. I mean, technically it's in play. I don't know why I have so little desire to trade UBX. Something about it is putting me off, and I can't even really put my finger on it. Maybe it's the fact that it's not even that grindy here. I mean, this pullback was pretty long. I think it's just the fact that this overall market, oftentimes tickers get really rejected near the highs. So I want to trade like a new ticker breaking higher, and this one just feels like a little bit like a dud. But I don't know. Maybe I created a bias around this ticker that isn't necessarily true. Up we go. New record for the 115-meter freestyle by almost 10 seconds. That's a lot in swimming. That's pretty insane. Very impressive. Yeah, I agree, Jules. UBX is definitely a bit of a grinder, and it's just not very nice one to be trading. $8.44. Hopefully we get a little bit more action. I'm gonna put Sofi on my second screen. UBX is already up there, so I'm telling you guys, it looks like it's gonna be more of a large cap day. I'll put Uber on my second screen as well, because this one's really consistently crawling up. Sofi on the 5-minute, it's looking real good. It's not really something I typically trade. Your question's answered. This Volkswagen offloads German car sharing business for EV sales boost. Man, the car sharing in Germany is so strong, and it's really nice. Like, I don't have a car here, and I always have a car ready to go whenever I need one, and it's usually parked right down the road. It's pretty amazing. It's really cheap too. It's cheaper than public transport oftentimes, which blows my mind. They must be taking huge losses. All right, Wall Street bets. Let's give us the memes. We want the memes. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Oh, that's depressing. Alright, putting this one into Discord for sure. Oh, that kid's a thug. Where's my $55.20? Diversity 100%. Look at this. Crypto is slowly coming up, and it looks like we found a little bit of a support zone on Bitcoin, having a potential nice pullback here to 20,000 before continuation. Let's see it. You can see it a lot better on obviously TradingView. Nice breakout, pullback. Maybe we'll get a little continuation. Maybe we're gonna have a flash crash. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see how our extra depressing Solana is doing. At least it's not under 30,000. That's all I care about for Solana. Oh, you know what? I thought I actually removed Coinbase. I don't need this one anymore. Look at Dogecoin just being an absolute crazy ticker. It's just so mind-blowing, this one. Let's go to year to date. So it just went up from 0.06 all the way back to 14. So more than 100% rally ever since Elon bought Twitter. So just so crazy. Big bottom bounce. Honestly, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff like this. So I'm really keeping my eyes out right now for crypto. I think this is a really good time to be buying crypto, especially some of these coins. I think Dogecoin is basically an indicator of what to come. I'm going to take a picture of this and put it in the Discord as well. Dogecoin is an indicator for these to come. Really nice. Look at Apple still absolutely slaying it with a $2.4 trillion market cap. So crazy. Saudi Aramco, 2 trillion. Microsoft, 1.7 trillion. It's just mind-blowing how some of these hold their highs so well. Bitcoin down, holding around 40 billion for a long time now. Meta is just way down here at this point. Or did it go even lower? Hold on, Meta. I thought it was in the 40s. Yeah, okay, I looked at it, down 7 points. So Meta's just getting crushed. Yikes. Bitcoin exchange reserves decreasing, lower sell pressure. Dude, I'm feeling the opportunity right now when it comes to small cap crypto. Let's see where my pesky penguins are. Still at 1.6, so it looks like a little bit of a new floor came in. I'll definitely have to make a meme later. You guys have any good meme ideas? I'm also all ears. Uber is just grinding higher. This is oftentimes why I prefer swing trading large caps as opposed to day trading. If I was day trading Uber, I think I would have tripped over myself about 1 million times. It would just be so difficult for me to pull off. That's just a fact. This is one of those quiet, it's too quiet pre-market mornings. Ooh, maybe that should be the meme. It's quiet, too quiet. Hold on, let's see. What's a good meme for quiet, too quiet? Yikes. This one pretty much sums up pre-market trading lately. Yeah, there's so many memes. I feel like there's definitely something we can do with the clown face. I'm gonna have to get inspired. Uber's still grinding along very nicely. Not to the point where it's really able to maintain. I mean, to where you'd really want to be day trading this one and maintain trend, kind of riding the trend, at least for me. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Very slow pre-market today. I was thinking, okay, well, 7 to 7:30, we didn't get anything, so I was thinking maybe we'll get that 8:30 push, maybe an 8:45 push. We didn't get that, so I was thinking maybe a 9 o'clock push. We didn't get that. Let's hope we at least get a market open push on something. Otherwise, it really will be a no trade day. I have made one trade today, though, on UBX, very, very small. I was looking for a quick pop here, which actually ended up working. It was an 8% move on pretty okay volume as well. I unfortunately just did have no conviction. I did have no conviction. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't have. I think that just froze my brain. I did not have any conviction on UBX, so I was pretty quick just to close it when I didn't get a quick resolution on the ticker. We got Sofi and Uber still crawling up. Very consistent trends on these. Uber even more so, but both of them not really anything I would personally want to be scalping. I think it would drive me a little bit insane. So I'm just kind of watching. I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of action, but I'm not sure if we will. This bounce on Coinbase feels a little bit premature. I'm kind of hoping there's going to be a big morning panic and I'll start accumulating, I guess this time around 67, but I would really like to see a bigger sell-off. I think we're still in a bit of a downtrend on Coin at the moment. Although I got to say on a daily chart on Coin, we are trending higher. So there's that. We are overall making higher lows, and right now we're going to be opening up around 68, almost 69, so somewhere in this area. So maybe we're going to recover. It's hard to say, but for me, the trend was broken yesterday, so we'll see what happens if today is going to be a continuation of that downtrend. Kathy Wood YOLOing on SQ Square, aka Block. They have earnings today? No, on the 3rd as well. Wow. I've always wanted to be a shareholder of Square, to be honest. I didn't know this ticker was so far down. Have you guys noticed that? Square? Guys, I can't get over how good of a potential trade Square is. This is insane. I mean, this is the definition of once in a lifetime, no? What am I not seeing here? I mean, I don't know the financials on Square, but it's down. You know, we're talking like 80% here, 83% or so, 80, give or take. I don't know how accurate my line was just now, but it's a $35 billion company. That's insane. This thing has to be a buy. I'm losing my mind right now. This seems like the trade of a lifetime here. It's up 17% from the lows. Put an alert if we break higher. Honestly, if this has a big sell-off, I might go long on this one. This is also crypto exposure, so I feel like there's a few tickers that I'm really looking for right now. Obviously, Beyond with that 40% short interest. Square being sold off so much. Coin looking for a re-entry. There's a lot of interesting setups coming up here. I don't really care about XL anymore. What is back up to? Wow, they got absolutely destroyed. Oh my lord, that's disgusting. Honestly, I think you could probably just buy coin and back, or not back, block. So SQ, so COIN coin or SQ or both, and just hold for 3 to 6 months, and you'll probably make a 50% plus profit. That's basically what I've been doing with coin, except I've been taking my profits every time it goes into the 70s because we're still in a bear market. But at one point, there's going to be a breakthrough. There's going to be a break above those resistance zones. And we're going to get a 50% at least, probably even more, probably 100% rally on some of these stocks. I don't know if they're going to hold those areas, but I think that's what I'm going to be trying to look for. Vor says, I think options are good for coin. Yeah, I if you don't want to tie up that much capital, I think that's a really good idea as well. So basically, I don't know, do like a month expiration, get some calls over $80. I think you could probably make a good chunk of change. The reason I typically don't do that is because I like to be able to hold these a bit more as investments, or just at least be able to hold through any sort of slow trend. But ultimately, if it is a swing trade, it's not an investment, and you should always have a trading strategy, and you should cut as soon as your trading strategy no longer stays true. So in theory, you should be actually using options, and they'll force you into a better way. Forces, I always go long on options due to expirations. Could you explain that a little bit more? Due to expirations, you go long? I feel like I'm not sure what the thesis there is. This is a very slow pre-market. Right, I understand, I guess, that part, the decay and expiration. Um, I guess what I don't understand is what is your reasoning behind it, if any? Because I was literally just saying the opposite. I was basically saying it makes me a little bit uncomfortable knowing that I can't hold and wait to get out of a slump, right? With options, there is the expiration, and that's why sometimes I don't use them, because I can't just hold through a laggy period, right? Because then they expire worthless, and then I lose money. So I guess that's why I'm a little confused. Sub says short the highs for today for the lows of tomorrow. Amen. Sure. Maybe I'm misreading what you're writing. For me, I like to go long on the spot price, for exactly that reason, where it's more safe. I can hold through slumps of a month or two. But with options, it's less safe because of the expiration. So if we don't get that rally, then your options are going to expire worthless. So that sucks. So then you'd have to rebuy the options. So it's a little bit safer to buy the spot price than the options. Yeah, so at least getting I guess, I'm not sure what you mean by long out, but I'm gonna guess you mean like maybe a 2-month long expiration. I guess I would assume that. So yeah, by then, it's really hard to predict what's gonna happen after that period. So yeah, by then your move definitely should have worked already. So I think that's probably a pretty good way to go about it. What's definitely good with that strategy, with the options, is the fact that you just need to allocate a lot less capital, and you could potentially make a lot more money. So you could do, let's say, you could trade Sofi, you could trade back, you can trade Coin, Square, all these companies with basically the same amount of capital, but be able to take a lot more of the upside if it works out. So that's the good part about options, and it might not be a bad way to play this market. What's up, Lance? Yeah, it's a freaking slow out here, huh? All right, we got another 3 minutes before the market opens, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I'll go ahead and change time of force today, sort by dollar volume already. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more action. Uber still crawling higher, same with Sofi. We'll see how we want to treat the day. Maybe you guys will see me do a little bit more large cap trading. Polneck talking about missing NIO. I don't know if the NIO entries were even really that nice. All right, guys. Good luck, everyone. Let's see a little bit more action today. Coin just hit 69. UBX might really be the only ticker worth trading, so keeping a close eye on it. Been watching it on my second screen pretty much the whole time, but it's been really stuck. Maybe we'll get a little bit more continuation. You know, we are above VWAP and above the 9 EMA on the 5 minute and the 1 minute, so could be good. Could be good for sure. We got to break that 3-8 zone. $20 seconds. Good luck, everyone. For some reason, there was no ringing bell sound today. That was a little bit unusual. SPY moving higher. UBX found support here, but no, it's breaking here. The 9 EMA, that's not really what we want to be seeing. This should be holding. Volume coming in. Support came in there. The bid at holding at 360. Officially below. pop right back. A little indecision here, but overall it seems a bit bearish. Uber crawling back up again, same with Sofi. Clearly big supporter on 360 on UBX, but it's struggling to really pull higher at the moment. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Try not to do anything until we really see a good setup. Right now it's a little bit choppy. Don't really see that go-to setup, so I'm just kind of being patient and waiting for that setup. Here we go. UBX crawling higher now. 360 came in really much better support. Chipping here at 368. Let's see if we could jump on this one. New minute popping up soon. Removing limit order for now. Looking for that break. Jumping in on this breakout. Stopping out. I don't know where my audio went. I think my audio, I have no idea what happened to my audio. So that, very weird situation. This actually never happened to me before in like 2 years. 3 years. Watching support. 368 coming in again. Putting a limited order there for now. But I think we're going to have to crawl up a little bit more aggressively on this 172. You can see that's those sellers there. Let's see if we can jump on it. Long. Didn't get my size though. Long again. Looking for a better breakout here. Stalling. Looking for 70 to hold, and then a continuation into the 73, above 73. Stopping out again. Very weird without audio. This is freaking me out a little bit. Totally threw me off. For some reason, the bows were selected. There's that sell-off that we were I was nervous about. Well, that's unfortunate. No real action there. Coinbase popping higher though. Nice big move. 2% move on coin. Let's go to SQ really fast and see how this one's behaving. So this one's seeing some resistance. I'm still waiting for this one to have that potential breakout over 63 into the 64. Let's go to AMD as well. A little bit shaky overall. Let's go to coin. Nice breakout. You know, yesterday is going to be an engulfing, so far it's going to be an engulfing candle. So I'm not really sure. We're basically stuck between 72 and 66. Right now we're right in the middle, so it's not like the most exciting trading opportunity on coin either. So I don't know, at this point it's a total waiting game for me. Okay, Dex says we hear the audio. Interesting, so it's just me. That was so weird, trading and not hearing anything. I thought I was losing my mind. I'm not really seeing anything that's making me too excited at the moment. Uber, Sofi pulling back. I think they're just healthy pullbacks though so far. UBX struggling here. If you guys see something worth trading, let me know. But at the moment, it seems still like a waiting game for me. Corey's long Tesla off of VWAP. A similar setup to what Coin just had. It actually looks very, very healthy. Looks very good, actually. That's a solid setup. Crawling down on the former 5 minute, but you know, VWAP coming in here and the 9 EMA coming as support. SFET being called out, 400,000 shares, sub dollar, coming up to the $0.50 zone. Oh man, that's an ugly ticker. I mean, if this was a $3 stock, this price action would actually be pretty fire. Whoa, look at that breakout it just did. Woo! Broke over 5 like no tomorrow, hit that, and then just ripped 20% in one candle. Hopefully you guys got it. These kind of sub dollars are really not my thing. Uber breaking higher, Piton breaking. No, it's not. Let's go back to Uber. Uber is trying to break this critical resistance zone. Maybe we can get an opportunity to jump on this one. 5 minute breakout, 37. So we got time in this 5 minute candle, but I'm a little bit late to this party, I feel like. Let's try to get a size there at 46. Still breaking higher. Possible entry again. Long on Uber, looking for a continuation over 30.50. Nice move there, 3% on Uber. Big 5 minute breakout. Come on, let's see it. Took some quick profits off the table. One more pop. Small win there on Uber. So $30,000 position size, obviously a bigger position size. I've been working towards the 30,000. It is a large cap, but hey, it's still moving pretty quickly. I'll count that as a $30,000 position size for sure. As you guys know, it's my 7th week trying to get a $30,000 position size. I did not count Coin at all. I did have over $30,000 position size on Coin. Look at you guys all calling out these large caps. Well, really just JS going ham. CVNA. Tesla really struggled there for that break. This is usually why I don't trade large caps. Look at this. That would have blown my psychology way too much. So that's why when I see large caps, I'm like, let's try to swing trade this. Uber had that good potential for that break over 350. So I think that was a fair one as well. I mean, you know, technically Tesla could have had a quick break, but unfortunately it didn't. There's a lot of stuff right now that's just pretty much not moving. There goes Uber, back over 350. Can we get a new high day? It sure feels like we can get a new high day. 360. Yep, there it is. Boom. I could have re-entered, but I really felt like it was struggling. This would have been a really good second trade, though. Well, 1%. That would have been $300 profit. Crawling back down the backside. Watch out. This one's a little bit risky here. 365. Yep. There's that bigger pullback. Uber is really easy to... seems a little bit shaky. feel about it? SONN being called out, the volume on it is actually pretty okay. Got really good support on it. I don't like the fact that when I look to the left, there's a big flush. That makes me a little bit nervous on this one. Uber still holding 3060. There's that mini flush so far on SONN. I was kind of thinking about putting a limit order in there, but it's tough. Coin coming back down, back below 3069. So I'll be looking for an entry on this one if we crawl below 67. Not sure if I will make an entry, but that's where I would be starting to look for an entry, depending on the price action. Uber kind of struggling here a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love the tickers that I'm looking at. Not so much the tickers, but more so the price action. It's a little bit unclear to me. I think Uber had a pretty okay setup there, but I don't know. In this area, just feels a little bit hectic. I don't know if we're gonna have a new high just yet. Wow, the amount of tickers that are being called out is next level. ARAV, kind of an interesting one here. Good multi-day run, $2 is a bit of a ceiling on this one. Maybe we're gonna get some continuation on it. Big first pullback. Look at that sell order though. A lot of shares being sold. Typically, I don't do my best trading on tickers that just popped up. I don't know what it is, but oftentimes it's the ones that have like a good healthy 15, 20, 30 minutes of front side that I really make all my money on. So when I look at ARAV, I just see risk. That's all I feel like I see right now. Laser being called out as well. Oh man, these freaking, I just went in a time machine here. Blast to the past. Uber trying again. Maybe it's going to have a new high day here and hit 31, but I don't know if I can get myself to trade this one. Feels a little bit risky here. I really think, like I was saying before the market opened, that if you start accumulating stuff like Coin, Uber, Sofi, really any quality companies that you think is going to be around, maybe Square as well, and you just hold for 2, 3, 4 months, I think you're going to have some 50%, north of 50% gains. And that's really kind of what a majority of my focus is right now, is just accumulating swing trades. I'm definitely obviously looking for tickers to trade intraday right now as well, but this is one of those, once in every, 1, 2, 3 year opportunities right now where they're just a really insanely good buy opportunity. Every year has those handful of really good buy opportunities, I feel like, but this is like an exceptionally big one because we're in like a massive sell-off. We're getting these companies down 80% plus from their highs. And they've been bouncing a lot, and big bottoms have been forming. So to me, that makes me a little bit more excited than trying to scrape the barrel for these small caps that aren't really performing at the moment. Oof. Hope you didn't chase, Corey. 9:46. Almost 10 o'clock here, and I've gotten, what, 2-3 trades in. It's crazy. Markets are green. Coin is at 380. I mean, Uber's at 380. So it's still holding. SPY is selling off, though. Yeah, UBX looks a little bit finished unless we get a big volume break back above VWAP and then ideally back above 365 and then ideally above this former high, but that's I feel like that's asking for a lot. Corey calling out SONN. SONN looks like it might struggle because of yesterday's was such a strong day for SONN, and we just don't have the volume today. So we're kind of stuck below this resistance around 320. But at least we're above the close, yesterday's close, so that's quite bullish. John's wondering, bear market can last years. Can you stay pro trader? That's actually funny you asked that. My girlfriend just asked me the same question. I honestly don't have a doubt in my mind that you can. I'm pretty strong believer in the fact that there's always an opportunity somewhere. I mean, even this, like, we're in a bear market, and I've been able to make a living with the trading income I'm doing, and I don't even have that big position size. The only problem this year, really, for me, was the fact that I couldn't size like I wanted to. In August, we had, what was that, like a $10,000 a month? So pretty easy to have a sustainable income for sure. October was pretty much my worst month this year, and I made $1,200. I mean, I made more with swing trading, but I'm just talking purely about day trading right now. So yeah. I think for sure. But it's definitely harder. It's more slow, and it's a lot of sitting on your hands like I'm doing right now. I guess not physically, but sometimes I literally do sit on my hands. Mostly because it's cold in this room, because I have the window open like an idiot. But I like fresh air. Uber is correcting. Yeah, I see that pull back down to 350. If you guys are wondering why I'm not changing my screen every 5 seconds, it's because I have my second screen here with Bitcoin, Coin, SPY, Sofi, Uber, and UBX, and I often switch those tickers out if no longer one is interesting. So I'm just kind of taking a step back and taking it all in. Good call, Corey, on SONN. I probably should be trading this one. Look at that volume on it too, huh? Dang, game the system. Freaking reckless trading. Good for you, man. Happy for you. That's what I like to hear. 220 over a key zone. Like we were mentioning. I mean, this one's in play. This one's definitely in play. Coin falling off a cliff, SPY falling off a cliff, SONN holding down the fort. We're in a new 5-minute candle too, so this one's very strong right now. The fact that it just broke out, good volume on this one as well. I was hoping we'd have a little bit of a micro dip there. 27, bid is holding this area so well. Possible breakout. A little micro pullback here, back to 26, 25. I'm not sure if we're going to break 25. Nope, we didn't break it. Holding, holding, holding. Possible continuation. Small size on SONN. Didn't get my second fill. Taking some profits there. Small win. Possible re-entry around 26, 27. Good call. Wondering if Corey's still in on this one. SONN. Nice move. Not even halfway through the 5-minute candle. This one's still pumping. This one's very strong right now. Possible move at 28. I'm not buying too high, although I probably should. Very strong volume on this one. Let's keep going. We've had some pretty strong pullbacks as well. 6% pullback is not necessarily unusual for this ticker, so let's see. Struggling here a little bit more. 28, definitely a little bit more support, maybe 29. There's a big bid there, 360. Look at that. I'm not sure if we're going to break 29. So far it's holding good, but try to get a fill there. Didn't get my fill. I'm being very cautious right now. I usually don't trade this cautious when we're in such a strong ticker, but the market's very weak. Retest of 229 possibly coming up, so that's what I'm waiting for. Uber back at 370. I'm not sure if we're going to break 229. You could just feel the bid stacking. Did get a fill there that I was waiting for. Another bid there. Looking for that move. Cutting some size, possible re-entry. Re-entry. Looking for... The bid is strong. Did you see that flash? That wick? I hate those. I don't get it. Looking for a move now over 33. Can we get it? Come on, let's get that push. A little weaker here than I was hoping for. Wow, nice. Nice, taking those quick profits there. If this was a strong bull market, I would have been adding into that winner. My goal would have been to have like a 20, 30, 40, $50,000 position size, keep adding into it. I can't do that in this market. I just cannot do that in this market. So I was closing this one already kind of prematurely. 55. Patience paying off. Corey's up $530 on SONN so far. Freaking amazing. I love that, man. Nice continuation here. It's 55, so we have a new 5-minute candle that popped up. We did have a pullback to about 36. Got a lot of resistance here. Still crawling up. I hesitated. 55. Strong push here. Wow. The sticker's really taking off right now. I thought we were going to have another pullback to the 9 EMA, but we didn't. Huge. 50. Try to get an entry there. Didn't get filled. Now looking for, I would have stopped out, so it would have been a scratch. I didn't like the fact that I didn't recover. Pulling back, bigger support. Already here in the low 40s. Got a small entry. Can we hold? Can we hold? That's the question. Still selling off. A lot of sell volume here. And cutting this one. Watching 36. Missed my exit there. And stopping out the rest of this size. Well, I was saved by my poor typing skills. Small loss there on that one. That's fine. Big 5-minute pullback though. Be careful. I think a lot of people, anyone who had a trade here is taking cutting their losses right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had another pullback. I don't know if it's going to be below 9 EMA or not. $35 support though. Oh, I just wanted to jump in on that one. Yeah, I missed that. I might be done with this. Let's see. Waiting for another setup. I'm not sure. I'm not as convinced about this move. We'd have to break over 2.5 on a 5-minute candle that's extended. So I'm a little bit nervous that we're actually going to see that. Part of me thinks we're not going to see that. $2.5, we just hit it. So I had the right idea here, but my entry was a little bit premature, and then I cut to manage my risk, which I think was the right idea. And then I wanted to re-enter, but I hesitated and I didn't get my re-entry. Nice. Nice. Good to hear Corey slaying this one right now in the Discord. Volume profile on SONN was absolutely amazing. So it took till 9:45, 9:47, and this one started setting up. I actually was in disbelief on this one till way late. So I actually started trading this one very late here. Jules saying he got wrecked on ARAV. Man, why are you trading ARAV? What's going on with this ticker? It doesn't even look tradable. Playing the BO. I feel you, man. I do that sometimes. Just sometimes you see a setup that Fortunately, doesn't set up or reverse. Yeah, the breakout you're going for on ARAV back above VWAP. Yeah, I feel you. I do that sometimes. I know freaking Tom is really good at getting those breakouts back above VWAP. To me, it's not really my strategy. 5-minute support on SONN. Kind of feels like it could be a bigger sell-off. Maybe you could front run VWAP or something like that. I don't know, somewhere around 230 maybe. Yeah, it's officially 10 a.m. I totally agree. 10 a.m. gives me the shivers. Whoa, SPY just had a aggressive flush here. And it's still up quite a lot for the day. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like 382 or something like that today on SPY. I feel like if I wanted to make more money on SONN, this would have been the zone. Not necessarily right now. It's a little frustrating. Possible break higher on SONN back above 2.5. We have a 5-minute hammer candle, very strong. Boom. Nice breakout, but oof, I don't know if it's going to hold. It's really struggling there. I would have been really nervous if I was buying that breakout. Plus, we've been seeing some pretty nasty moves around 10 o'clock, just like a lack of real continuation. Markets are really tanking as well. Even Uber and Sofi are, back in selling off mode. We got UBX. I'm down 25 on this ticker. This one's also just continuously selling off right now, so it's not the best looking environment. It kind of feels like that 10 o'clock sell-off phase. So take a screenshot of some of these tickers I traded. I'm still watching though. I'm still watching for SONN move. Yeah, with UBX, this ticker just never really amounts to anything. Look at this big flush here after the open. It was just a shady ticker, bad volume profile. Not really what we want to be looking for. Guys, big sell-off on Bitcoin Coin and SPY. I'm not sure. Flat top breakout on SONN. Could see it. MACD's getting a little bit slow here. 5-minute indecision doji candle. And wow, perfect 5-minute indecision doji. Usually what happens after a doji candle is very, very important. It usually tends to start picking a direction. So let's see which direction it crawls in. But my biggest concern right now is the fact that we have that support. The closest support is at 237. Sorry about that. And MACD is getting a little bit weak. which means even if there is a breakout, which there might be, I don't know if it's going to hold. So it might be breakout flush, so fake out, breakout. So do you trade this one in anticipation of the breakout and take profits as soon as possible? I feel like I wouldn't wait for a confirmation for a breakout. I think that's even more risky. Maybe it's going to flush right here already, although I don't feel like it's going to totally flush. So really quickly found that support. This could have been a fake out, breakout to the downside. Instantly came back, found support. Look at this one, ripping. Small trade here. Let's see if we get a continuation, setting a stop. Linking orders. Oh, I think I'm gonna get stopped out of this one. Holding, held that pullback. Let's see. Very small size here. Thought it was worth it. Stopped out. No. Dang. I thought we were going to get that boom, boom. That fake out, breakout glory. I just put a very small trade in there because I was like, this, I mean, it's not looking super healthy, but I thought it was worth it. But for sure, you're going to have to manage your risk on that one. Sometimes if these don't work out, you know, you get those big sell-offs. So I was like, I'm going to go for it, but I'm going to be really risk averse. And you probably saw one of the major ways I was risk averse. I hope you guys saw that and identified it. I'll give you a second to think about it. It's very obvious. All right, I use smaller size. Here I use 4,000, here 15,000. Here I did 500. Why? Because the setup wasn't that good. But I don't want to not trade. I want to keep conditioning my brain. Got to keep going, got to keep going. And once you start losing money, that's when you want to stop trading. So that's why I went for that last trade. Could have put me over 400 on SONN. But you got to remember, right now is not the best time to be trading SONN. If you wanted to make more money on it, it would have been here with bigger size. Overall, I'm pretty happy how I traded SONN. I'll take a screenshot of this one for reference, so you guys and myself can all review it, especially tomorrow morning. So 940, the power on this ticker really came up, and it gave us a pretty solid little 15-minute front side. SPY, coin selling off, Bitcoin selling off. Guys, Coinbase is at 65.91. I think it's going to be an amazing buy opportunity coming in. The SPY is really shitting the bed right now. Uber, small trade on Uber, made not 80 bucks on this one. This was like the grinding ticker of the century. Obviously, it's a large cap, and I understand that. And I went in understanding that this is just a grinder. So I was totally trading in anticipation of that grinding action. And I was able to make a small little profit on this one, which is nice. I think my favorite part about this Uber trade is just the fact that I used big size, and you know, that made sense. I still only made $80, but still I'm happy about my size on this one. $30,000 size on Uber. Jules is saying flow is out. People are watching charts and drinking coffee. Amen to that. Don't do it, Jules. There is no revenge trading in ARAV. There is only losing money. All right, let's go back to coin. Wow. This one's setting up. Maybe I'm going to wait on trading this one. SQ also pulling back, guys. Today's November 1st. We got S square, aka block. And we have Coinbase coming out with earnings on the 3rd. It's going to get hot. It's going to get really hot. I might have to take Four's advice and just go with options on coin, so I can do more size. We'll see how I treat it. Right now it's at 65. Wow, we're getting a huge sell-off, guys. Huge sell-off. I don't think today's going to be the day to size into some of these tickers, to be honest. Maybe as like a quick scalp trade, but this is what I was talking about pre-market. I mean, we had that bull flag, we got rejected, and now we're having a retest, and now we're having that dead cat bounce and maybe further sell-off. So I don't know. To me, it's not a buy yet. I'm going to keep watching this one. I really hope before I trade this one, we're going to get some major capitulation, and I'm going to jump in it with some very nice size, without a question. Or we're going to find a bottom here at 65. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. Obviously, SPY looking a little bit top heavy. Man, it's some interesting opportunities coming up. SONN actually held. Man, I am super grateful for the fact that we got a ticker like SONN. Actually, SONN still looks good. Look at SONN. It's actually looking very strong right now, crawling back higher. Five-minute breakout. It's a 5% move right there. It's really not that bad. Coin back at 66.28 after bouncing off of 65. Whoa, we got that break. Can we hold? If it flushes here, I'm out. It held? No, that's a lot of sell volume. I'd be scared buying into this. It feels like a falling knife. Oh my God, that bid turned it around right away. But it's still a huge sell volume. shooting star. Watch out with shooting star setups, guys. Those are my least favorite. When I see shooting stars, I usually run for the woods. It's basically a failed breakout. It's like a reverse hammer candle is a shooting star. That's what we're seeing right now. Ooh, oh man, I don't know. That was quite the rejection. Let's do a little bit of a recap here. I'm up 366, nothing crazy, no swing trades. I'm ready to get locked and loaded though on my swing trading. I am ready to size into some swing trades. Small green day, but I gotta say the fact that I used pretty small share size today, $8,000 average position size. So, okay, well, that was really because of a few major trades here. So smaller size. And then this one I did 30,000 share size, so that was good. My biggest winner I made 2% on. Did a bit bigger share size on this one as well, so that's good. So I really had good risk reward today. Amazing risk reward actually today. Basically like 1 to 5 in dollar and like almost like a 1 to 1.5 risk reward. So awesome to see that. That bigger size of 8,000 makes me happy. 4 losers, 4 winners, $366 in profit, and after rec fees, $362 walking away. So this was really the money shot right here. Went for this pullback, and I took profits. I actually took profits way too soon. This was really, if I wanted to make more money today, I should have went with like a $50,000 position size right here. No joke. This was a good setup. Everything else, I felt like afterwards, the sellers were back in charge. So in the end of the day, keep your losers small. Don't size into your losers because that's how you have big losers. And when you see a good setup, you want to freaking go all in on that setup. So we'll see. That's how I went. You can see my running P&L today. I didn't make any money till 9:54. That's literally 6 minutes before I stopped trading today. I made all my money, and then I just gave back a little bit, and then I called it. So that's just how it goes, guys. That's literally how it goes. I got to work on a meme with this clown. I feel like this clown would be such a good meme. Something about day trading. All right, so SONN is, honestly, it's still in play. We did have a shooting star candle here, but it actually ended up holding. I thought we were going to keep selling off. Technically, that's quite bullish, the fact that it held. I'm not sure how I feel about SONN anymore. I kind of just feel like it's a little hairy here. Ooh, going for the 5-minute breakout. We are on a 5-minute breakout. New 5-minute high. Almost. Oh, man, if you're buying this move over 2.5, you're just risking. Oh, look at that. Ass getting chipped away. Oh, and then the ass came right back again. Whoa, there's that breakout. 255, the bid's holding. You see that quick pullback to 255 and the bid just stacking there. It's actually a good sign. Yep. I just would be so worried about a flush, which I guess is not good because it's keeping me away from bigger profits. I'd just be very careful chasing this ticker. It's kind of been proving that it's getting a little flushy. Yeah, oh yeah, that's, man, see, if you bought the 250 breakout and you didn't take profits, you'd be back at break even. Jules, are you trading SONN or are you trading GILD? What a day. Whew, what a day. I need therapy after today. SONN make me go cray cray. SPY having a little bit of a bounce right now. Crazy. What? What? Guys, is this November? Is this the new November? Ugh. I like the first part. I didn't like that second part. All right, that definitely calls it. I'm not saying there's not more opportunity in SONN. I was already kind of nervous about it in this area, although I did say when we came back, this was a very bullish sign, the fact that we held here after this big rejection. So maybe I could have, should have, would have got more aggressive on this ticker. But that's fine. I really don't feel like I miss anything because I do plan to trade as long as I possibly can. So really, when I see something like this, I'm just like, well, let's see what I can learn. Hopefully I can apply it to the next time, and hopefully we get a little bit more consistency and I'll take the next one. Honestly, the fact that SONN held again here and didn't flush is quite bullish. It really pulled back all the way and then had a 6% bounce. I'm being way too conservative today, guys. But I guess that's fine. I mean, after trading tickers that basically just die off hard after 10 o'clock, you just really don't expect these kind of moves anymore. So I have to recondition my brain here a little bit for some post 10 o'clock trading, although not too soon, not too soon. Let's look at a little bit of this price action here, because at no point did it really break the 9 EMA here slightly, but it's been trending up the whole time. So every time this ticker basically touched the 9 EMA, it was a buy. The one time I tried to do that here, I stopped out because we were still on the way down, and my goal was to rebuy in this area, but I didn't get that rebuy opportunity. it's technically, it's a very strong ticker still, and volume's only increasing. Mason says SONN is not done yet. I totally agree. I totally agree. SONN is definitely not done yet. I just find it a little bit too risky to trade. We have been seeing a lot of late morning offerings, or even early morning offerings, like literally at 10 o'clock. So I think that risk of over trading and overstaying your welcome is extremely high right now. And that alone is keeping me away from trading SONN. I do have a little bit of, not necessarily regret, but I'm thinking, in the future, as long as the volume's still going and it's overall a bullish trend, I need to keep trading it. So I wouldn't say regret, but I would say I did a little bit poor trading in the fact that I stopped trading it too soon. So I think there is that consideration, because you typically want to start losing before you call it. Technically that's what I did. I had a red trade here, and this rejection was pretty heavy, so I was like, ugh, I kind of want to call it. And then we had this second wind here, and usually I'll stop the stream around 10 o'clock, but I just kind of felt like maybe I'm actually going to keep trading this one and come back in, but I never ended up coming back in. So Dex says nothing wrong with being careful in this market. Amen, man. Amen. I've made enough mistakes in October alone, so it's also sometimes just kind of nice watching a ticker for once that's trending higher. It's very refreshing. It's almost therapeutic. SONN is like the only ticker I don't have in the video title right now. I don't know why. This ticker's on fire. Yeah, SONN's a bit grindy right now, so playing the breakout is really tough. Just in general, trading breakouts right now is quite tough. I would rather trade a micro pullback in a 1 minute breakout than trade the breakout. And technically this is another buy. We're still in a very bullish 5 minute candle here, but I don't know. Are you calling it at 10:30? I know I should probably call it at 10:30. Sofi, huge reversal on Sofi. So Uber is more or less stuck here. They've been consolidating for a while, but Sofi was selling off all morning, and now it's back to VWAP, so very strong there. SONN, new 5 minute candle. I'd be very nervous. See, like I just said, that was a buy. So that was another 3% profit you could have pulled out of this ticker. I just find this one very risky at this point. Mostly due to the overall macro market and the time and the offerings we've been seeing. This is going to be a great ticker to relive on demand. And basically just try to trade it in this area right here. So from 9:45 to like 10:05, just retrade it. Do it for like 3 hours. I guarantee you'll walk away with some really good insights. So first major resistance today at $3 here. Obviously 2.5 was earlier resistance, but We broke past that quite a while ago. So I guess not today, but in the last 30 minutes or so. 3.5, next big resistance zone. Whole and half dollar is pretty consistent on this one. Seems to be really big support and resistance zones. So Corey says, why is it holding? I can't walk away when it's doing this. I know. Part of me did want to see a flush because I was like, all right, then I can pull the plug. I think I have to pull the plug regardless. I got a call coming up here in well, actually, daylight savings time threw that call off, so I still have a little bit of time. Hour and a half. I thought I only had 30 minutes left. I do want to restart my computer anyway, though. I think there's a good potential that it might break through. I just don't know if it's going to do it now. I feel like the 5-minute is so extended here. We had a 25% rally. Our last rally on the 5-minute was also around 25 to 30%. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to get a little bit more of a 5-minute setup. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes of pullback and then another breakout over 3 if we do get that breakout over 3. I don't know. It's a little hard to say. And, the volume's not even fading. If anything, the volume's increasing, which is crazy. There's that first failed move in a while. Wow, it pops right back up again. What you have to watch out for on SONN is the break below this 5-minute candle. Once we break this 5-minute candle, we're going to be crawling down the backside of it. And you can look for those supports along the way. I'd probably argue like 365 is going to be some good support on the way down. Look at that volume candle too. Very dangerous. All right, guys. I need to take a break, so I'm out of here. Good luck still trading SONN if you guys are trading this one. I wouldn't be surprised if I logged in tomorrow and this one, was over 350. We'll see what happens. I don't know. For me, I gotta get off. And hopefully we see more of this on November. I hope this is just the beginning, guys. November 1st here. Let's go. All right, guys. Like always, stay safe. Make some awesome trades. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Ciao, ciao, guys.